Yo. This is the author of One Smart Forex. Just a quick recap of what we did in the last class. I spoke about market structure. Then under market structure, you have the trending market, you have the ranging market, and you have the choppy market. I'm very sure you do not have a question to this very stage, because if you do, my DM is always open for questions. So I also spoke about trend line and ways with which you can draw trend line. Now look at this. This is a trend line which is acting as what? Which is acting as resistance. Why is it acting as resistance? Because it is above the market structure. Can you see what happened when market got there? See, market sold. Then when market came back there again in future, market sold. Do you understand? So now this is a way with which you can benefit from it in the future. You just have to elongate it, remove it forward a little bit. So this is another way with which you can benefit. That means if market should come back here in the future, there's possibility that market will decide to fall again, as you can see. So that is how to take advantage of those trend lines. And I told you that there is no specific rules for drawing your trend line. You just have to make sure that your trend lines are not crossing the market structure. So you understand what I'm saying. Here is another trend line here, which is acting as support because the market is above it. So as we move on, you will know how to do these things better. So now tonight I'll be talking about confluence. What do I mean by confluence? Confluence are those things that you see at your point of entry before you decide to pick that trade, or before you decide to opt in to that trade. You understand? Because for you to be able to risk your money on anything, that means it has to worth it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It has to really worth it. Like, okay, this is what I'm saying, and this is the reason why I want to buy this pair. This is the reason why I want to sell this pair. So that is what we mean by confluence. So you understand? Like at your point of entry, let's assume this is your point of entry. Now, like, okay, you say that, okay, I want to enter a sell here. So now you need some confluences. So among the confluence that you need is your candlestick. You understand? Your candlestick is also among the things that you need to seek for your confluence. So after this class, I will share you a book, Candle Bible Stick, in which you need to debug so as to understand price better. Okay, you understand? To actually explain all those candlesticks. Okay, you understand? Each candlestick you are seeing here, they have a name, they call them, and they are there for a particular reason. They are not just there for fun. Think you understand what I'm saying. Another thing that people make use of as confluence is what is known as RSI. So let me write everything. We make use of candlesticks. We make use of RSI. That's relative strength index. It is an indicator. We make use of moving average. We make use of Fibonacci retracement, in which I explained yesterday. So now I'm going to share you the book with which you are going to read about those candlesticks. You understand? So now I'll be explaining RSI, moving average, and Fibonacci retracement for the purpose of this class. So let's talk about RSI. RSI means relative strength index. It is an indicator, and this is how people make use of it. Let me show you how people make use of. Let me delete all these things first. Then what did I do? What did I do now? Uh, So now, when you look at here, when you look at it, we have different type of time frames. Do you understand? There's 3 minutes, there's 5 minutes, there's 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. So it depends on type of trader you are. So you can make use of those things. So now here is where you get your indicator. Can you see FX indicator and strategy? So you just go and search for RSI. Search for RSI. Can you see it? Relative strength index. Then you click on it. So let me show you how this indicator actually works. So now when you look at these indicators helps you to spot if we are going to have like I think there was a day someone asked me a question about how to know if a trend is about to end. So I'm here to answer your question now. This is how you know if a trend is about to end apart from momentum, apart from candle momentum. This is a way you will know from what is known as RSI divergence. So you understand? RSI divergence. This thing is too big. Is there a way for me to? Is there a way for me to? So now, so this is how you know. Whenever you have like 3 touches here, maybe the market is on an upward trend. Let me show you something. Maybe the market is on an upward trend, and you see this one, you see this RSI coming down, and you can make 3 touches from it. That means the trend is about to end. That means divergence is about to occur. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you can make like 3 touches, so it validates the fact. It validates the fact that no, this thing is coming down. If the market is actually going up, I'm looking for a perfect example to make it up. I think I'm just going to change pair. Let me use another pair. Can you see this place? Can you see that market is going up? Can you see that market is going up? But when you look at this RSI, can you see that RSI is coming down? So that means it is telling you that market is about to come down. Can you understand? It is telling you that okay, this thing is about to come down. So that is how to make use of this RSI divergence. Whenever market is going up and RSI is coming down, it is telling you automatically that market is coming down. And whenever market is going down and RSI is going up, it is telling you automatically that this thing is going up. So you understand? So RSI works for you to know if the trend is about to end. or about to finish. So you understand? Let's look at this. Let's look at this case too. Look at this scenario. Market has been going up, and see what happens. RSI is what is RSI doing? RSI is coming down at this point, at this peak. RSI is coming down. So it helps you to know when there will be a reversal in trend. So you understand? So that is how RSI works. So the next indicator which I'm going to show you now is, like I said, is the moving average. Is the moving average. Uh, let me go back to what I was using before. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the moving average. So you come back to your indicator. Can you see indicator? Then you type moving average. Can you see moving average in exponential? But you make use of moving average. So you click on it. You remove this one. So after clicking on it, can you see this blue line crossing my candlesticks? So it is a moving average. So you now come back there. Can you see MA9 close? You now change it back. So change it back to 50. You change the length. Go to input. You change the length back to 50. Can you see that when you change it back to 50, it's changed? It is not very close to those candles like it was when it was on a 9, or when it was on length 9. This moving average is just like estimation of what has happened in the market for the past 50 days. That's what moving average means. Do you understand? So now this is how to now make use of this thing as a confluence. Let's assume that, okay, when you have your trend line, when you have your trend line, when you have a trend line, like you've drawn your support and resistance, and this indicator is now there acting as, this indicator could also act as support or a resistance. If it is acting as a resistance, that means if it is acting as support, that means it is below the candlestick, and if it is acting as resistance, that means it is above the candlestick. I hope you understand. So this is how you now make use of these indicators. Not like indicators that like, not like they are barrier. All you need to know is about candlesticks, because it is about price action. What is actually happening with price? All these indicators, Fibonacci, everything just served as confluence for you. I hope you understand. So now, if you have your resistance or your support at the level, and this thing is also acting as a support or resistance, so it is telling you automatically that this thing is another confirmation. So those are the things that we call confluence. So the next one, okay, the next one is moving average 200. So 200, you add it again, or you go back to this FX, you click it. So me, I'm just cleaning it. Okay, let me just leave the 50. Let me leave the 50 there. Let me leave the 50. Let me just add 200. So the 200, you type moving average. So the 200 helps you to know, it helps you to know the overall trend of market. You understand? That is the work of the 200. 200. What's this now? 200. 200. Can you see? Can you see? It acted as what here? It acted as resistance. Can you see the market started falling? See what happened here too? It acted as what? It acted as resistance. So that means it is acting as resistance. And we also remember we have a trend line too. Yeah. So now when you see this indicator there, you know it is serving as confluence for you that, okay, I have my trend line which is acting as a resistance. I also have my indicator which is acting as resistance. You'll be able to sell like that because this indicator, like that means you have like two confluences. For you to be able to pick a trade or risk your money on any trade, that means you have at least two or more confluences. Can you understand? You don't just pick a trade because it is on a support or a resistance without having two or more confluences. You can have as small as four confluences. So that is why I gave you the candlestick as a confirmation, the RSI as a confirmation, the moving average as a confirmation, the Fibonacci retracement as a confirmation. I explained what Fibonacci is in the previous class. Let's assume that this is a move. This is a move from here, from this swing guy, take it back to, oh, this is for profit. From this swing guy, take it down to where you think the market is about to reverse. So that means market will actually come and retrace 50% of it and start going down. That means there's possibility that, okay, oh, for this movement, market can decide to go back at the 50%. What's this? Like, okay, oh, market can decide to go back at that 50% level because it is retracement level. I hope you understand. So that is that about all those conferences. That is that about the conferences. Now, what I want to talk about now is risk to reward ratio. Risk to reward ratio is very, very important. Risk to reward ratio is very, very important while trading because that is what will actually make you to be a profitable trader. So what do they mean by risk to reward ratio? That is the amount of money you are risking to make another. Let's say for instance now, your risk to reward ratio is 1:5. That means you are risking what? You are risking $1 to make $5. So now if you are risking $1 to make $5, that means it will take you what? It will take you like 4 times, sorry, 5 times if you lose one trade. Now, because you are making use of 1:5, if you profit one, that means you have $5. If you lose one trade, that means you lost $1 out of the $5 that you made. So it will take you 5 times before you lose your trade. Like before you lose your whole money. So you understand? Compared to someone that is risking five to make five. That means if the person should lose just a single trade, the person has lost all his money. So you understand? So that is that about risk to reward ratio. It is very important. Make sure the amount of money you are risking is lesser than what you are trying to make. Okay, you understand? So, and the least risk reward ratio that you should make use of is 1:3. So here is the measuring tool. Long position means buy. Like if you have your position, okay, from this point to I want to sell from here. So you pick on short positions. You click on short position because you want to sell. Short position means sell and long position means buy. So let's assume that okay, because of this thing is on your what's it called, on this level, on your